Hello, it's Kevin here. Time for a video again. So what we're looking at today, if I can find it, it's the library. So this is Cambridge 18 test number 3. So if you've been watching these, you know we've been doing all the previous papers from Cambridge 17 on down. We did 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9. Then Cambridge 18 came out a week or so back, so I went and bought it. And we'll do 18, and then we'll continue with the series. Or, Cambridge 8 down to number 1, etc. So as you can see, a central library, floor plan, 20 years ago to the present day. Okay, I'll quickly... If I can find it, where is it? Where's the disclaimer? Quickly put that on. Fair use, Copyright Act, etc., etc. You know the score. Okay. So, logical progression. Okay, especially important when you're talking about a map, a diagram, etc. What's the logical order of information? Okay, we've spoken about this in videos before. For the graphs, the tables, the charts, etc. You can go from the smallest to the highest, from the biggest to the smallest, depending. If you look at the last one, that's a good example of that. Or start from the beginning of a period and go up to the end. The one just before that. Cambridge 18 Test 1 and 2 are good examples if you want to go and take a look at those. But this one here, I think it makes sense to talk about it as if you were entering into the library. Okay, so you come in through the entrance, you've got, what do you see in front of you? There's the tables and the chairs, and you've got room off to the left, space, room, space, room. So you're kind of going in, making a circuit, and coming out. I think that makes more sense than randomly going from corner to corner, yeah? So now, mine's 222 words. That's because there's quite a lot of, information here. So I'm making comparisons. So you've got your introduction first. The diagram illustrates the differences, okay? Now, like I keep saying, and no doubt will continue to, the overview. Now, sometimes from the maps, it's not so obvious what the key trends are. For the previous couple of videos, it was pretty straightforward. It was like all the features were increasing, or there was one that was biggest, one that was, unlike changed, etc. But for a map, it's not always so easy. So this one here, relatively straightforward because every room has been reorganized or changed. Okay. Overall, we can see every room, without exception, has been changed. Central area is more open, and there's more facilities because they've got computers and DVD rooms and all this other stuff. The only thing that's not changed is the entrance into the building. Everything else has. So, as I start off here, previously when entering the library, first thing to notice, the tables and chairs, I know, they're not there. Immediately to the left, a reading room. Behind that, at the back of the building, directly opposite this, immediately adjacent, and finally. So, I won't read it all out, you can, but you can see how I'm transitioning, moving around from the stages, yeah? Previously, when entering, immediately to the left, behind that, at the back, on the left, opposite, adjacent, So that kind of language and detail, that I think would score you well, or pay you well in terms of score, when you get your actual exam. Okay, so that's pretty clear. That's basically why that's 222 words, because I'm linking and showing behind this, directly opposite this. So, like I mentioned in the previous video, one thing that the examiners often say is that if you've written your task 1 correctly, the reader should be able to recreate the graph, table, map, chart based on what you on the details that you've included. Now, I think that's a bit far-fetched for most, but for this one here, you probably could, because I've done exactly that. On the left, behind that, at the back, to the left, to the right. Usually, when you have a map like of an island or a village, it has a compass in the in the corner, so you can use that to the north, to the south, to the east, to the west, etc. I don't think it has one here. Let me just have a look. No, there's no compass point here, but you don't really need one here. So that's pretty good. Now, I usually take the first 5, right, from, where's my finger pointing? I've got it pointing right, yeah, from IELTS 9 Pro on Telegram. Links below if you're watching on YouTube, etc. And I post the task, take the first 5 and comment on those. For some reason, we only had 4 for this one, and this is the time that I've got today to make a video, so it looks like it's only going to be 4. So, given our now, right, so I've already gone through these and changed some of the grammar and vocab, alright? So, I'm not going to read it all out. You can see it for yourself. So, if we start here, okay, that's not bad. Now, overall design has not changed. Well, true, they've still got, what is it, like 4 rooms and an entrance and walls and a ceiling. So, okay, but that's not, that's true, but the key feature really is that every room's changed. I mean, look at it, right? I think the sort of function and use of every single room has changed. So saying, there's not a lot of change here, that's not strictly true, is it? There have been relocations and enlargements. So that, as an overview, doesn't really work. So, now, I don't know whether it's because the author of this comes from a country where your reading goes from right to left, like in Arabic or Farsi or etc., whereas ours goes from left to right. But I wrote mine in, going clockwise. It seems this one's gone anti-clockwise. So, right side of the map, behind it, top right hand corner, left hand side of the entrance. So, right, so this one's gone right hand side, this, and at the back, but it's gone all the way back down to the left hand side, reading room, and up to the top left. Okay, so you could do that. So this one's gone on this side, room 1, 2, 3, on this side, room 1, 2, 3. But like I say, I think mine works better because it's making like a circuit. If you walk in, you go in, left, round, and back out. Now, there's a couple more things about this one. The tables and chairs were probably not eradicated. That's a little bit strong. I suggest you take a look at that in a dictionary. So eradicated, that's pretty, pretty strong. Removed, replaced, changed. And you've got this one here, abolished. Well, again, that's not the same. You can't abolish CDs and videos. I'm not going to explain it, but these two words don't quite fit. So on to the next one. Now, present perfect. You need to be using it because you're connecting past and present day. Yeah? Has changed, there has been. Okay? So that's not too bad. A significant change, but it doesn't really say what those are. So again, you need to clearly as the criteria says, identify those key trends and features. All right. Now, the entrance was in the south of the floor, and it still is. That's not changed, so that doesn't work. Returning lay on the right side, lie at the center. Okay, so again, I'm not going to read all this out. So there's a few different things there. 246 words. Okay. So, so you got in the entrance, left side. Then you jump to the inquiry desk. What, on the right side? So you go in, left side, right side, in the center, northwest. So again, is that a logical way to look at or to put the information down? I don't really think so. Take a look at the next one. Now, yes, I had to put this. The whole structure has not changed. Well, yeah. Now that's why I had to put, yeah, it's still got 4 walls and a floor. The whole structure, it hasn't changed. So, yeah, so that's kind of stating the obvious. Oh, it's still a building. It's still got walls and a floor and presumably a ceiling. Okay, but that's not what it's asking, okay? Now, that one, yeah, utilization. So that doesn't really work either as an overview. So apart from that, though, that's not bad. Now, the main thing here, look, 349. Now, I thought mine was long at 222. But, I mean, there's no upper limit here, but do you have time in 20 minutes to write 349 words? That's quite a lot. Yeah? So, a few things to change. We need some articles, present perfect, some verb forms, articles. Okay, so I'll just leave that there. So, as you can see, there's a few things there to change. And I think this is the final one. I only had 4 for this one. Now, right. So you've got that introduction. Now, key features. So I put that comment there because it can be plainly observed. What you mean? It can be seen. Significant. Now, right. That's the most significant transformation. They moved the tables. And that's it. And what's this instead? Instead of what? The cafe's in a different part. So there's no instead. So that's it. That's the key features. Well, that doesn't really work, really. The key features, right? Every room's changed, right? Every single room. You've got the tables and chairs gone, but every other section has changed its purpose or function. Yeah? Every single one. So I would have thought personally that would be considered a key feature. Okay. Lecture room, replacement, So that's 226 words. Okay, so that's not bad. It's just that overview doesn't really work. So you can see then a few bits and pieces that need to be changed. Some grammar, some vocab, eradicated, abolished, But the main thing, get those key trends and features, yeah? So, like I said, the most obvious feature, apart from the tables and chairs, every single section of that library has changed, right? The only thing that hasn't changed is the entrance, really, yeah? So, everything's changed apart from that. Anyway, right, so, I hope that helps. I posted the latest task, Cambridge 18 test number 4, in the group link below, if you want to come and join. Hopefully we'll get 5 responses for the next task, as opposed to only 4 we had for this one. So there you go. I'll just put mine on finally so you can see it, see how that works. So just get smaller so you can see the whole thing. Okay, yeah. So you need introduction. That's just a sentence. I won't spend more than a couple of seconds on it, right? Change it a bit, but then what's those key trends? What's the features? Right? There's usually 2, maybe 3. So you need to be looking at the big picture. Yeah, what's the biggest? What's the smallest? What's changed? What hasn't? Obviously, here, the main thing, everything's changed except the entrance. You can say it's more open. There's more facilities to that, but the basic thing is every single room's changed. Everything's changed except the entrance into the building. Then, like I say, you need a logical progression. Yeah, so like I say, there was another map. I don't know if it was 17 or 16, where you were like walking into a village, and that made the same kind of sense, walking from front to back. Yeah. Well, here, because there's only one entrance, it makes kind of sense for like us Westerners who do the clockwise thing, left to right, to come in, round and out. Yeah. So you can see the language. When entering, immediately to the left, behind that, at the back of the building, directly opposite this. So all this language here, like I say, you probably could recreate that map just based on this text. So that should give you something to aim for. Hope that helps. See you next time. Okay? Bye for now.